In a forgotten corner of the Sinnoh region, between moss-covered stones and winding ruins reclaimed by the forest, an old man named Adeel lived alone with his mud-brave Falabrius. He wasn't always an old man. He had once been a traveling magician, performing in towns and villages with a spinning wheel painted in bright colors.
"Spin for a chance at a miracle!"
He would cry.
"Wishes granted if your fate aligns!"
It was a gimmick, of course. The wheel landed where he wanted it to. The miracles were sleight of hand and prearranged favors. But Adeel always dreamed of granting real wishes. That dream turned to obsession as the crowds thinned and the world moved on. He found that the world had no place for him anymore. He wandered deeper into myth and mystery, studying the ancient languages etched into stone tablets and listening to local legends whispered by firelight. That's how he found the shrine. Hidden beneath the earth, behind a waterfall that sang like a lullaby. It pulsed with a strange warmth. At its center lay a cocoon of shimmering crystal, and within it, sleeping soundly, was Jirachi, the mythical Pokemon said to awaken for only 7 days every 1,000 years. The crystal cracked when Adeel touched it. Jirachi blinked awake, drowsy and dazed. Before it could vanish, Adeel cried,
"Please, don't go! I need your help! I wish! No, I wish!"
and he dropped to his knees, tears dripping onto the stone floor. Adeel made 3 wishes that day. For him and his mudbray Falabrius to live forever so he would never again fear death or aging. For him and his mudbray Falabrius to be invulnerable so nothing could harm or control them. And finally for Jirachi to stay with him, bound by friendship and magic to help him grant wishes when others spun his wheel. The wishes were granted. Decades passed. Adeel became a legend, whispered stories told by trainers who had encountered him and people whose towns he had visited. His wheel, once a parlor trick, now truly granted miracles. A boy in Lavender Town spun it and his sick Growlithe was healed by morning. A woman in Slateport spun it and found her lost brother at sea the next day. People traveled from regions all over the world to seek Adeel and spin the Wish-Keeper's wheel. Behind him, always, Jirachi hovered silently, expression unreadable, its star-like head drooping more and more each year. Though Adeel promised companionship and kindness upon their meeting, Jirachi had not smiled in decades. Adeel, ageless and untouched by time, still wandered with his cart and wheel. As time went on, though, he noticed something changing. Each wish was twisted a little further from its intent. A rich man wished to be loved, only to be haunted by false friends. A young trainer wished to be champion, only for every opponent to fall mysteriously ill before their match. Eventually, Adeel stopped taking wishes and instead left things to pure chance. It no longer felt like it spun randomly, though. It turned with a pull, as if the weight of the person's desires pressed on it. And Jirachi was getting weaker. One night in an abandoned village, Adeel stood alone beside his wheel. Thunder rumbled. Jirachi floated listlessly, its glow dimmed to a sickly gold.
"Why?"
Adeel whispered.
"Why do the wishes hurt people now? Why don't they work like they used to?"
Jirachi spoke for the first time in decades, its voice a whisper like wind through leaves. Wishes are meant to be rare, sacred. Yours are wretched. You've made me grant what was never meant to be. Adeel fell silent. He looked at his hands, unwrinkled, unscarred. He realized he had no memory of how long he'd lived, no memory of laughter, no true friends, no battles, no journeys. Just the wheel, Falabrius, and Jirachi, and the weight of so many dreams.